everybody, it's Amanda from The Fundamental Home, and today I am coming back to you with a video to help you save money on your grocery bill. And last week, I'll link it up at the top, we talked about my blog series that I have called How I Feed My Family of 5 for $100 Every Month. I actually wrote it a couple of years ago when we only had a family of 5 and when our budget was in fact $100 a month. And of course, it's changed a little bit. We now have 6 family members, all of which are adults. We added another adult, which is odd. And then, well, almost all are adults. One is 15, but everyone else is a grown person. And then we also have increased our budget, partially because people have grown and gotten older, bigger budgets. I got a bunch of grown men in this house, 4 of them in total. And partially because we've been able to. I mean, you know, the budget is what the budget is, and it's going to dictate to us what we're spending. So right now we are spending $65 a week for our family of 6, including 4 grown men, myself, and my 15-year-old daughter. Those 4 grown men, by the way, are our boys. But anyway, so we talked about, the blog series that I had was in 5 parts, and the last video I did, we talked about parts 1 and part 2. And there's a lot of great detail in that to kind of help you with some basics. We talk about discipline and organization, and we talk about the importance of being thankful, among other things. So you definitely want to check that out first, because you must be organized, disciplined, and thankful if all of the actual practical steps that I'm going to talk to you about today are going to be useful to you. So today we're going to be on part 3. I will have a link in the description box to that part 3 of the blog series. You can check that out if you want. And you can also check out parts 4 and 5, which are already on the blog, if you want to kind of look ahead. But we'll be talking about that in a future video. So anyway, part 3, I kind of share my grocery shopping process, which I've talked about at length on this channel. But I'm going to put it all in this video just to kind of have one place that you can come back and hear how I do things, and maybe that'll help you to save money on your groceries. So of course, the first thing that we're going to talk about is making a menu plan. Now, we talked about in the last video making a menu, like at a restaurant, you would make a menu that is a list of all the different meals that you are capable of making, okay? Just like in a restaurant, you go in, you have all of these meals that they can make, and when you're ready to eat, you go in and you pick one of those meals off that menu plan, or menu, excuse me, and you're gonna have that meal for that evening. So what happens when you're developing a menu plan is a lot of times people get frustrated because they can't remember all of the meals that they make, so they end up kind of repeating the same meals over and over again. They get frustrated with the menu plan because it becomes boring. Don't do that. Make a menu. It's gonna take you a little while because you're not gonna be able to sit down and remember everything all in one shot. But just for a week or so, every time you think of something, every time your family member thinks of something, add it to your list until you get yourself a nice menu. And then when it comes time to do your grocery shopping, before you go grocery shopping, you're going to develop a menu plan, okay? And this is how you're going to do it. Here, well, first let me tell you how you're not going to do it. What you're not going to do is say, what do I feel like this week? No. Your menu plan is going to be dictated to you by a couple of different factors. First of all, you're going to consider your calendar, and secondly, you're going to shop your storage, okay? Now, you can ask your family members, and I do recommend that you ask around and say, is there anything anybody wants, and keep that in mind, because if you can make that based on your calendar and based on your storage, that's going to help you put something on your menu plan that you know everybody's going to like. But you're not holding that in stone, okay? That's not 100%. The first thing you want to do is consider your calendar. So here in this next week, we have Thanksgiving, okay? So you probably have some different events happening. You've probably got family things going on. Maybe your church is doing an activity, our homeschool group, maybe the schools are doing different things, and you need to have food prepared for those. So sit down and consider your calendar and write down on each of the days what the activities are going on for that day, because if you need to have cupcakes for a school event, that needs to be written down so you make sure that you have all of the ingredients that you need to make them, or buy some cupcakes, whatever it is that you're going to do. But you need to have it written down in your calendar, because the worst thing for a budget is to forget about something that's on your calendar and not be prepared, and then you got to run out to the store and it's a fiasco. Don't do it to yourself. Consider your calendar. Do that first before you do anything else. Then the second thing you want to do is shop your storage, okay? Now the goal for what you want to do to make the most of your budget, okay, is to make the most meals using what you already have in your house. Okay? So for instance, in my house right now, I have a lot of chicken. I have some turkey sausage. I think I have like one steak. I have some fish. So for the next week, if I was making my menu plan, which I will be doing soon, I'm going to be using those things that we already have in the house to make meals. I'm going to say, okay, we have turkey sausage. I can make zuppa toscana. I can make pasta e fagioli. I can make lots of, I can make a Dublin coddle. I can make lots of different things, but we're going to make some meals based on the foods that are here. Then you're going to actually write down on your menu plan all the different meals that you can make based on what you already have in your house. Hopefully, something that you have all of the ingredients already in your house. So for instance, Dublin coddle is something that we make. It uses turkey sausage. It's going to use potatoes. It's going to use onions. It's going to use some garlic. I might throw some bacon in there. I do also have bacon in the house. So I pretty much have everything on hand to make that. So that would be super easy to throw on my list. And I have some cabbage that would make a nice side for it. A little fried cabbage. That'd be great. Meal already planned. And you want to do that for the whole week or for the whole 2 weeks or for the whole month or however long you actually go grocery shopping for. Use what you already have in the house to make your meals, okay? There's a reason for that. We're going to talk about that in just a second. So you may in fact run out of meals that you can make based on what you actually have. So let's say I want to make barbecue chicken and I have everything to make barbecue chicken. I have all the side dishes. The only thing I'm missing is some barbecue sauce. Well, that's a very simple ingredient to buy. It's only $1. I might actually put that on my menu as an option. It's one of the meals that I would need to buy the fewest ingredients for. So I put that down as an option if I run out of things that I can make completely based on what's already in my food storage, okay? So you're going to fill in the blank with all of the things that you can completely make. And any spaces that you have, you want to fill in with things that you can mostly make. And then you want to write down at the bottom of that menu plan all of the ingredients that you need to buy based on that menu plan. So if I needed barbecue sauce for my barbecue chicken, underneath that I'm just going to write barbecue sauce. And so if I get to the end of my list, and I should have very few ingredients that I actually have to buy. My goal is usually under $10 worth of things that I have to buy with my $65 every week budget. So now we have our menu plan made. We have our list made of the backbone items, the things that are going to add to that menu plan. So now we're going to consider our stores. Now I want you to choose your stores wisely. I always recommend to look around for a discount grocery store if you have one. They're also called salvage or thrift grocery stores, and you can look those up on the internet, or you can ask your most frugal friends. They're often run by the Amish, and they don't always advertise. So you want to make sure that you're asking around and trying to get the best deals that you can. If you don't have one nearby, then find the store in your area that has the best deals. Look around, look online, check sale papers. You don't want to waste gas, you don't want to waste time, you don't want to waste energy going places that aren't going to save you the most money. Of course, different stores might have different deals. If I'm buying meat, I have one store that I really like to go to that I think has the best deals on meat. But I have another store that I think has better deals on produce. So if I need to stock up on a lot of produce that week, then I'm going to go to that store. And if I need to buy a lot of meat that week, I'm going to go to the other store. So you need to know the stores in your area, know the deals that you're going to get, know the sales that are happening. Of course, this is Thanksgiving time, so there's a lot of great sales, so make sure you check them out. And make sure you're making the most of your grocery budget. Of course, I mentioned don't forget to look online for sales, especially this time of year, lots of great things happening. Do your research. So maybe you were filling in your menu plan and you had lots of food that you could make completely based on your storage, but you have like 5 or 6 options for your fill-in meals and you're not sure which one would be the best bet for you. After you've already looked at those sales, then you want to fill out the rest of your menu plan based on those sales. So if I looked online and maybe one meal I needed the barbecue sauce and maybe another meal I needed salsa to make that meal, right? And they're right around the same price, but guess what? This week, salsa is on sale at Lidl for 59 cents a jar, and there's not really any great deals on barbecue sauce, still 99 cents. So if I can, I'm going to put that 59-cent meal on the menu plan and we'll just have that barbecue sauce one later. So just make sure you're planning your meals based on the sales that are happening right now. You want to make the most use of all the money that you have. Okay, so the reason why we're doing all of this planning and preparing is because we want to leave the biggest amount of room in our budget for stocking up. So since you have a menu, okay, you created a menu, not the menu plan, the menu like you would have in a restaurant, you should have an idea of the food items that you need to keep in your house to make those menu items. Just like in a restaurant, they have to keep all of the food items on hand in case somebody orders any of those food items. You know, you should have an idea of the things that you need to keep in stock to make the things that you can make. So you should have a pantry, and it should be stocked. And the way that you're going to stock it is all of that extra money that's left in your budget, you are going to go shopping for the best deals, and you're going to stock up. Okay. Now, some folks get a little extra money and they stock up on snack items, comfort food. Not if you're saving money. We're stocking up on necessities, guys. Things that you want to have on hand, this is the time to get it. So for instance, right now, it's Thanksgiving time, as I've already mentioned, and things that are going on sale. I mean, obviously, turkey. Turkey this week is 27 cents a pound. 27 cents a pound. I got as many as I could get, which is only 2. There was a limit of 2. I got 2. I have 1 for Thanksgiving and 1 is stocked up because I'm stocking up on the best deals that I can. Some other great deals right now. Potatoes are running on a good sale. Butter always runs on a good sale this time of year, and butter can be frozen. And those are things that you're going to use all the time. So anything that you can get that's on a really good sale, stock up as much as you can within your budget, because we're going to stock that pantry for a while and live off of the food that we have in our house. The thing is, if you make a habit of always shopping and stocking up on the best deals, then what you're going to end up with is a pantry full of things that you paid the lowest possible price for. So you're making the most of every dollar that comes in your house. And because you have a menu of all the different meals and food items that you make, you know the items that you need to keep in your pantry. And because you're prepared, because you're organized, because you're going out and getting the best sales, then next week you can get other items that are on sale. And then the week after that, you can get other items that are on sale. And as you keep going through and keep making these meals and menu plans, you're making your meals based off of what's at the lowest price. And so your grocery dollar that you're spending is just going lower and lower and lower as you continue to stock up with these great deals. So a meal that would have cost you if you'd have just gone to the store and bought all of the ingredients for $10, because you bought everything on different sale prices, it ended up costing you half the price, $5. So it just depends on the deals that you're getting, but always get the best deal that you can. And this is how we're going to do it, by stocking up with that extra money. I put one other last note on this blog post. Don't buy your children the things that they ask for. I know, you're going to say I'm like the meanest mom ever, but this is actually about making your kids' lives better, okay? And I've raised kids to adulthood now, and let me tell you, there are a lot more expenses coming than what they're getting in the grocery store. And so it is in their best interest for you to be able to budget and handle those finances well, so that when they get older, you can give them more opportunities. So yes, you're saying no to them right now, but what you're doing is saying yes to them in the future and giving them more opportunities. So tell them no now. Deal with the little sad faces, deal with the stress and the struggle, but tell them no now. It's for their good, okay? So here's how we did it. When our children were little, we took them to the store, and if the store trip went well, I bought 1 treat for everyone to share. 1. And it was never what anyone asked for. I knew their favorite treats. I'm mom. I know what's good. So I would always pick something that was a surprise, that was a worthwhile part of our grocery budget, okay? If they asked for anything, it was a no. And if they asked for anything, they didn't get the treat at the end. I know what you're going to say. It sounds harsh, but let me explain the situation to you. The goal is to teach them that the grocery store is not the time to pick out the food items that you're going to purchase. Okay, this is exactly what we as adults struggle with. The goal is to teach them that before we go to the grocery store, we look at our finances, we look at our calendar, we make a menu, and we make a list, and then we come to the store prepared, and we have a list, including our snack, And then we get there, and that is where we are just executing the plans that we've already made. We do not on the fly start grabbing things, because that is hurting our budget. And the kids understand that as long as you teach them that in the first place. So I really didn't have too many problems with it, but occasionally someone would ask and I would say, no, we do not do that. And you know the rule. If you ask, we do not get anything. And they did not get it. And I never gave in. I never said, well, this one time. No. This one time turns into every time. Don't fool yourself. If it is no, it is no. And sometimes you have to, as the parent, have the backbone to stand by that rule, okay? You got to sometimes do that to yourself. You got to sometimes have the backbone to tell yourself no, but you also got to have the backbone to tell your kids no. So just a warning, that's one of the biggest things that comes in that people ask me about. What about the kids? The kids are always putting things in the basket. No. Get anything. Sorry, kids. You know what they get? A college education. You're welcome. So that's it for part 3. It's a breakdown on how we actually make our weekly menu plan and make the most of our budget on a regular basis. If you want to come back next week, I'm going to have some advice on how to stretch those dollars to the max. So come back and I will share part 4. You can also, like I said, read part 4 and part 5. Again, down in the description box, you'll see the link to part 3, and there's a link on part 3 that'll take you to part 4 and part 5 if you want to finish up the series, or even read back on parts 1 and 2 if you missed them. So anyway, I hope this is helpful to you. You all have a wonderful day. I hope you save on your groceries, and come back tomorrow and you'll see my grocery haul. We'll see you then. Bye. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm really glad you came to visit us here at the Fundamental Home. Make sure if you enjoyed this video that you click the like button, and also click subscribe right below me for more videos coming into your inbox all the time. And also, if you enjoy social media, we've got links up at the top here for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, all the other fun things. And check out thefundamentalhome.com for more information about what we're doing all the time and how we do it, because there's way more details there. And here over to the right, we have some videos that I recommend. So thanks again for coming by, and we'll see you next time. Bye.